Hi, everybody. It's Heather, Expat Entrepreneur. How are you today? I couldn't resist to come on and do a quick video for you for a couple of reasons. One of the main ones is to remind you, friendly reminder, the doors are shutting really, really soon. We're down to nearly, well, it'll be under 24 hours by the time this video gets posted, that you have to take advantage of the opportunity to jump into the plan. This has gone by so fast. I wish it was open for longer, but as of now, these doors are shutting. So I just want to encourage you to go ahead and make the decision and enroll through me. Click my link below, and I'm going to explain a few more reasons why I think it is such a great idea for you to do that. Not just to enroll through me, but to enroll, period. And the way I thought I would start out is by saying to you, one of the most common questions that I get asked by people is this a scam? Is this too good to be true? It sounds too good to be true. Well, if as far as thinking, is it a scam? No, it's not a scam. And here's a couple ways that you can tell. You don't just have to take my word for it. It's not a scam. There are probably thousands, over 1,000 for sure, people who are promoting this thing. Some of them you might know, depending on what kind of circles you travel in, and other people are just complete strangers, and individual people who are members of the plan. And there are just anybody who's got anything to do with affiliate marketing is aware of this program and is out there buying for the because there's a commission involved, as I think I explained in one of my other videos. I know I explained it in one of my other videos. Maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't. But when you click somebody's link to purchase the plan, somebody is going to receive a referral commission for that. It doesn't come out of your pocket. Somebody's getting that no matter what, no matter whose link you click. So it doesn't matter in that respect. And any link you click is going to get you the things that were promised to you on the webinar from Dan. They're going to get you his 2 months of free access to his CPR service, which is the coin pairing recommendation service. And that's pretty cool because he gives you I think it's 24 coin pairings per month, options that you can choose from. So you get to see validated or vetted coin options, coin pairings, as well as all the settings. You literally can copy and paste it. So if you're unsure about your own ability in these early stages to pick a good coin pairing to put together into a bot, you don't have to worry about it because Dan's got that covered for you. So you're going to get 2 months of that for free, and that's happening no matter what. If you want to take advantage of my extra bonuses, my 12 real value bonuses, I've got a video where I unpack them all for you. You can watch that. I'll make sure there's a link to it in the description below. And I just explained what each one of those bonuses are and why it's important, how it's going to help you. Because the biggest thing that I want you to know is the bonuses that I am offering are real value. They are no fluff, and they're specifically in place to help you get from where you are now, which is probably at ground zero, to up and running with your bots. And there's nothing in there that is down the road, right? Like some people are offering stuff that's going to be strategies and advanced things for later on down the road. And you'll need that then. But right now, that's not what you need. Right now, what you need is the help and support to get up and running and get through this setup stage, this initial setup stage. And that's where I am specializing. So on that note, again, I invite you to enroll through me and allow me to guide you and roll out the red carpet for you to get yourself started and get those bots running. So let me address this main question then about, is this a scam? And I went off a little bit there because I started out by saying there are so many people who are promoting this. And you can just logically ask yourself, do you think that all these people would be promoting it? Surely somebody would have found out by now, right? If it wasn't really what everybody's saying it's going to be. So I think there's a huge amount of comfort in that, actually. And the other thing is that I want you to think about is that, you guys, this is just a training program. Like, there's nothing to be a scam about. It's a training program. Like, that's all it is. It could be a training program on how to set up an NFT. It could be a training program on how to buy blue chip stocks, or how to trade options, or how to plant a favorable garden on the slope of a hill on the sunny side of the whatever with less water and all that. It happens to be a course on how to earn passive income off the volatility of the crypto market, like clockwork, on autopilot, set and forget, walk away, the money keeps rolling in, and it does. And I just want to say, if anything was going to be a scam, it would be, is this system really going to work? And will it work for me? Is the next thing people want to know. Is the system legit? Does this strategy actually give you this income? And I've shared my results with you all in several of the other videos, but just to bring you up to date, I've been trading live money, real money, for 3 months, roughly. Prior to that, I was a complete beginner. This past spring is the first time that I ever took a serious look at crypto. Before that, I had my head in the sand. I figured the ship had sailed. I lost the opportunity. This fad was going to blow away, and I could just, try and put myself in front of the next one, whatever it's going to be. Obviously, the fad is not blowing away. Crypto is not going anywhere. It's going to be in our lifetime, and the children's lifetime. It's a new age. It's a new dawn we're witnessing right before our very eyes. There will be huge changes in monetary policy and currencies all over the world in the decades to come. It will just happen. And it takes time for big changes like that to happen, but they will. This is the beginning. So it's not going anywhere. We don't have to worry about that. Like, you can take that off the table and put that off your shoulders and stop worrying, well, what if this thing is going to end tomorrow? It's not going to end tomorrow. So let that one go. But as far as the actual program and the strategy itself, it does work. And let me just explain a little bit about that. I know you've heard a lot. Probably you've already listened to Dan's webinar and you heard him explain. And it's always good to hear somebody else explain it from another perspective in different words, because it just sometimes can help to understand something better. I think that's why there are hundreds of best-selling books on one topic. Why do people keep buying in the same topic of a book, another bestseller? Because we want more. We want to understand it better. We want to know this thing inside and out. And that's why. And that's why you're here listening to this today too. And you've probably listened to a whole bunch of other ones as well. And that's cool. I mean, I'm the same way. So with the strategy and with my results, by the way, is where I was going with that. Over the last 3 months when I've been trading with real money, I've been averaging $158 a day. And somebody recently asked me how many bots, how much capital, all of that. I'm more than happy to share that. I didn't start with 10 bots, but I have 10 bots now. I started with 1 bot. Actually, I might have started with 2, I think, to tell you the truth. And then I just added a few more, and I decided to what level I wanted to go in at. The goal is for all of us to build up to at least 3 to 5 bots. And there's a really good reason for that. It allows you to enjoy the portfolio effect. And what that basically is in a nutshell is that when one of your bots is up, not all of them are going to be up or down at the same time, basically. So if you've got one that's gone down, you're still going to be okay and deriving income from the other ones that are not the same configuration, not the same coins, that are a completely different bot, probably that you put together at a different time in the market as well. And it just spreads the risk, and it spreads out, averages out the returns as well. And we all wind up having a much better rate of return. It's sort of like the concept of dollar cost averaging, where when you continually buy at all times in the market, high, low, in between, over time, you're going to have an average lower price overall. That's just the way it works and why it's so good and so effective. And incidentally, that's what the bots do. As a matter of fact, with the little tiny sells that they do when it goes up and a little tiny buy when it goes down and another sell and another, that's dollar cost averaging on a tiny, tiny microscopic level, which is really cool. So you get that too. But the reason the strategy itself works so well, and I can say with what my results have been, and by the way, the 10 bots, the invested capital on that, it was 40 grand, but 10 of that wasn't in the market. 10 of it was just sitting in the sidelines in BTC. And so really what I had in there was 30,000, call it, for those bots. Okay, you know what? It's going to be a little bit more than that because I'm just doing the math in my head. It'll be 33 because 9 of the bots were 3,000 each and one of the bots was 5,500. So there you go. And on that, that's what I was getting, $158 a day. And I'll just quickly crunch the number for you just so that you can see. If you times that by 30, that's $4,700 a month. And then we times that by 12 for the whole year, which I didn't do properly. 158 times, we'll just go 365, it's 57. Like, that's a living wage right there on 30 grand roughly that you invest properly. Now, here's the thing. Because right now, I know what probably a lot of you are thinking, okay, Heather, but what about all this sea of red we're seeing right now? And Bitcoin and crypto in general has just been going down and tanking. Yeah, It has been. And those of us in these circles, we look at that, we go, ooh, look, everything's on sale. What can I go buy? That's what we're all thinking. And just over the weekend, I bought a whole bunch of ETH, as a matter of fact, to hodl away, because I really see a huge opportunity there too. And it's so much more reasonably priced than Bitcoin, right? I mean, you can afford to buy a couple of ETH tokens at, 4,300 a piece or whatever they are right now, or even $5,000 a piece. So basically, what I want to say to you is that even though the market has gone down, and right now it's gone way down, up until I've been through, I'd say, oh boy, maybe 5, certainly not crashes, but 5 significant downturns, okay, where it's a short sea of red, but it's a sea of red. And you're like, whoa, what? And you're looking and you're thinking, what should I do? There's been about 5 of those. This one is a little bit different because it's a much more severe and it's longer. And it's made a bigger difference. So my average daily amount of money that I'm earning was, it was more even earlier on, but right now it's dropped right down. It's dropped right down. And here's the thing. People ask me, how can I lose with this? What would have to happen in order for me to lose all my money in the bot? What would have to happen is for you to panic and sell at a bad time when you would take a big loss, like right now. And so you know what? I'm not doing that. And anybody who asks me, I say, don't do that. Do what Dan says, ride it out. It's going to be fine. It's going to come back. Everything will be fine. All we're doing is right now, we're in this little tiny moment in time where our capital is off to the sidelines and we're just going to wait. And we're just going to wait. And as soon as everything starts to come back again and we get back up to where it was, then those profits start rolling in again. So that is one thing that we have to factor in. If you're looking at literally making this replace your living wage, probably you're going to need, it would be a really good idea to have a little buffer in place and make sure that you've got some emergency funds just in case something like this, and if it happens, and if you're relying on this for your income, right, to pay your mortgage or whatever, we just need to be smart and prudent about it. But it will come back. It's not a problem. Like it's just a matter of time. And so how can I be so sure about that, right? It's crypto. It's so volatile. There's so much up and down. How do I know? Well, I don't, right? And I mean, as well, at the beginning, I should have said, and I always forget to say, I'm not a licensed advisor. This is not tax or investment advice or financial advice of any kind. I am not authorized to advise anybody on anything. Just my opinion and my experience on what's been happening. How can I be so sure that the crypto's coming back and the coins are going to be fine? In the same way that I'm pretty sure that blue chip stocks, when there's a big downturn in the stock market goes down, when it tanks, that it's going to come back too. There are a lot of coins out there, a lot of crypto coins out there that are what the industry calls shit coins. And they are very low value, extremely speculative. Usually they're new, they don't have a lot of market cap, and you just don't know what's going to happen with them. They're unrated and unproven. And those kind of coins, okay, if you invest in those, then yeah, I'd be concerned in a time like this. And you might very well lose everything you put into one of them because they could possibly not weather through this spike down. And you might wake up tomorrow and find that it's done. With the ones that's not what Dan recommends we do, by the way. That is not his advice for how we utilize this strategy and how we invest in the market. The way that we do it through the plan is the safest way possible to invest in cryptocurrencies, full stop. And so one of the first criteria is only looking at coins that are ranked within the top 100. And I mean, these are like blue chip stocks. They're like pillars. They've got $1 trillion market caps. Like they're coins as well that have a viable business in this world. They do things, right? The business behind it, the people behind it. They're not just, like the Dogecoin where someone, decided it would be kind of fun to do this, and something catches fire. The next thing you know, this crazy thing is like that. That's just a complete outlier, that one. So know that with the top stable coins, I hesitate to use the word stable because we use that in another reference as far as in the training goes, and as far as crypto goes, stable coins are something specific, and it's not 100 of them, it's a handful of them. But what I mean to say is the top 100 coins are they're very reliable, they're very proven. It's extremely unlikely. It's just as unlikely for them to go away overnight as it would be for a blue chip stock to go overnight. Same, roughly the same amount of risk. So you don't have to worry about that either. You can take that one off your shoulders as well, as far as wondering, is this thing a scam? Is it going to work for me? What about this investment strategy? And how does it work with crypto? What if crypto implodes and becomes banned and destroyed and nuked by some government or something like that? You know, there's a lot of what Dan calls the FUD out there, the fear and uncertainty. I have to limit how much of that I expose myself to. I don't really care what, you know, some banker says in one country who's got an ulterior motive for wanting people to not remove their fiat capital or fiat currency from a bank and move it into the crypto market. A lot of banks these days don't want to take proceeds that you might get from cryptocurrency. If you're opening it like an offshore account or something, that's what I'm experiencing right now. And I understand why, because they don't want to support that, because it goes against, like, they're going to have to get in line and turn their whole business into a different perspective if they're going to stay in business and keep up with where the world's going. Because people are going to be removing those savings where you're not getting anything. Right. And here we are talking about the percentages we can make in this. Like, I often refer to, for myself and what I've seen in a lot of people, that earning 0.5% a day on your invested capital is very, very doable. It's happening all the time, constantly, for me and for other people who I'm seeing and I'm talking to, and even more, like even much, much higher amounts. I just like to key on the 0.5% because I feel like it's more believable. I could tell you 3%. There's loads of people making 3% a day on their money. There really are. There really, really are. But that's like maybe a stretch. And once you get in and you do it for yourself and you experience it, you can see the difference and you know, look at those numbers and say, yeah, I understand why Heather was saying it and phrasing it like that. And I just prefer to be a little bit more conservative with the suggestions that I'm making and what I'm seeing. So yeah, but incidentally, the 158 a day is a way more than 0.5% a day. So, you know, it just goes to show. And most of the people that I brought in on the last round, okay, not most, but many of the people I brought in last time were there's a good handful who didn't actually even have the funds available to invest in their first bot. They had enough to get in the course, to pay the tuition, or to take the payment plan, and then they're saving up to fund their first bot, which I think is such a smart idea, because what you're doing is you're learning while you're saving, and you're getting ready to put the money in as soon as you've got it. And as soon as you've saved it up and funded that amount, you're good to go. You don't have to then have that learning curve. So, because in the whole time you can be practicing with demo bots and learning and knowing how to do this thing, right? So that's why it's such a good idea. And also Dan teaches us too in the plan, a really clever way that you can actually save money faster than you ever would in your traditional bank account, or whatever way you're doing it right now, that's going to basically not pay you anything. So that's another really good reason to get in. Not to mention the fact that, like I said in the beginning, crypto is on sale right now, you guys. It put itself on sale for Black Friday. It decided to carry over to Cyber Monday, and it's decided to keep on going. And who knows how long it's going to last for. The predictions for Bitcoin are, you might have heard, they're quite high. They're quite astronomical in the number of years to come. There's still people who think that it's possible that it could go up to $100,000 this year. So you know how many days are left in this year. And right now it's about half that. There could be a significant increase, close, but most likely it's going to happen in the near term anyway, even if it's not straight away. But there's a lot of good reasons to be looking at this right now, and not waiting for the next intake, because I said on my last video, it's been 7 weeks since the last time the doors were open. And in that time, I crunched the numbers. I made $7,748 in those 7 weeks. And that's your opportunity cost, right? If you decide to hold back and wait, what is the cost of that waiting? That's what it is. That's what it could be. Like, the sooner you get in and get learning and get your knowledge level up and be able to move forward with it, the sooner you're going to start getting that passive income rolling in. And it literally just does. The money rolls in minute by minute. As soon as that little bot makes a sell, that profit after the fees from the exchange, so all the profit you see is in your pocket, it's after fees, that goes immediately into your balance at your exchange. And it's available to you to do whatever you want, whether you want to take it out and put it back into your fiat currency in your bank account and pay your mortgage, or go on a holiday, or do the VIP thing at Disneyland, which I'm reading someone's doing lately. It sounds like so much fun. Man, I want to do that. But you can do whatever you want with that money. And you can also reinvest it, right? And meanwhile, your bot, the little worker, is still going. Like, that's the beauty of it, right? The bot is still going. It's putting that passive income in your pocket minute after minute. Can be hundreds of times a day sometimes. And then the bot just keeps on chugging until you give it marching orders to tell it to stop. Or if it happens to go down below the grid lines where we're at right now, because it went a steep decline down, no problem. Yeah, of course we would prefer if it kept on chugging and it was still producing income. Of course we would, but that's okay. And you know what the thing is? The alternative, all the other people out there who are buying and holding and trying to time the market and buy low and sell high, they never even have that profit in the first place. They're just sweating it out every time it drops, no matter how much it drops. So we are miles ahead on that front. And all those buy and holders, those are people that, unfortunately, we're probably making a lot of their money. A lot of their losses are what's going in our pockets, because we've got a strategic system that is allowing you to capitalize on all these different market directions, whether it goes up, whether it goes down, or whether it channels sideways. It's money in your pocket, as long as we're inside of our grid. And so, yeah, what I was going to say is nobody can close your bots except for you. You're the only one who's in control of it. You're the one who's in control of your capital 100%. And that's another reason why this isn't a scam, because it's not an investment pool. It's not something where they're asking you to hand over your investment capital and let them invest it for you, right? Just don't worry about it. I'll take care of this for you. It's super complicated. You don't need to worry about learning this stuff. It's just, yeah, I'll do it for you. Don't worry. All of those kind of shenanigans, right? That's a fast track to just saying goodbye to your money. Most oftentimes that is a scam. And that's one of the biggest ways that people lose their money. And Dana even says that too. What's one of the biggest ways you can lose your money in crypto is falling prey to a scam, quite frankly. Other ways this thing can go wrong. Personally, I don't consider a downturn in the market this thing going wrong. That's a natural occurrence that I am expecting. I know this market is going up and down and sideways constantly. It's just a matter of when and how far in any direction. That's really the constant, right? So when this happens, it's no problem. Like, don't sweat it, because it's bound to happen in the first place, and you just have to wait and ride it out. And when we are investing money that we can afford to lose, it's not because we want to lose it. It's because it doesn't put the pressure on us in a time like this where you feel, oh my gosh, I have to sell at a loss because I need to pay my rent. That is not a situation you want to be in, right? And that's why it's always so strongly advised that you do not invest money that you can't afford to lose. It's not because we intend to lose it or that it's going to be at super high risk. It's not. It's because it puts you in a different frame of mind, and you don't want to have to make those decisions under duress, which is what I would consider it to be. So there's that. How else can this thing go wrong? If you fall prey to a email phishing scheme and somebody gets your password or your login details, this kind of thing happens. Or if you get conned into sending payments to or crypto, a payment of crypto to somebody's wallet for some reason, it doesn't seem like, why would I ever do that? But it happens. It happens to smart people constantly, so you just got to be, and there's a ton, all these things are covered in the course. It's a huge section of how to keep yourself safe and how to not fall prey into something like that. And there's a ton of security and there's a ton of stuff that we can do as individuals to protect ourselves. So don't worry that you're this lone little sheep out there and you're just going to be ripe for the picking, because you're not. Dan has got you covered, and those things are definitely going to be explained to you in full detail. But these are the kind of things, that's my point, is what can go wrong. It's stuff like that. Things like that are so easily overcome with a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of preparation. Another way you could lose it is by literally forgetting your password or losing the keys to your exchange account. And that happens too. People throw computers away, people throw their memory chips away, their thumb drives, they lose their handwritten notes, or, keeping your passwords on a device that's connected to the internet is not a good idea because it's hackable, things like that. Those are the kind of ways that people end up losing. It's not because of the cryptocurrency itself or because coins vanish overnight, this kind of a fallacy. So just know that it's a lot more. Safe is probably not a word you hear in the same sentence as crypto very often, but it's a lot safer than people think. It's a lot less risky is maybe a better way to say it than people think. And there are many, many things you can do to mitigate the potential of either your investment going down or you losing anything. And Dan covers that in great detail. He goes into great length about that so that people are protected. So those are, I'm just going to glance at my notes here and see, did I forget anything other than the one thing that I also hear from people is, will it work for me? It sounds great, Heather. You've answered my questions. I realize it's okay. I believe it's not a scam. I can see the value of, or the idea of crypto, and I realize it's going to be around. I don't think it's going to disappear overnight, but I don't know if I can do this. I hear you. I've been there. And I can just say that, you can. You can do it. Your grandson can do it, your grandma can do it. Like, it's something that is learnable, that is not difficult. It's not rocket science. There is a little bit of tech involved, a little tiny bit. And this is a huge part of where I have stepped in and carved myself out a little space. And I am the person who has made it her full-time job to help you with all of that, to help you get over that initial hurdle, get set up, do all that stuff, get up and running so that you're at the point where you've actually got bots going. And like I said in the beginning, there's people who are offering to help you with stuff that's further down the road. That's great. Go see them when you're further down the road. Right now, that's not what you need. Right now, what you need is the assistance and help to get up and running. Because this is early stage where you've got a little bit of like headachy stuff to do, like setting up an exchange account or proving your identity and stuff like that. There's some things some little tips that can be given that help you and make it a lot smoother. Whereas otherwise, sometimes this is stuff that just stalls you out and wastes a bunch of time because you just don't feel like dealing with it, or you don't know what to do, or you're not sure how to get over this thing or this tech issue. And then the next thing you know, a whole bunch of life comes in and you got to deal with that. And there's a whole bunch of time has passed now, and and you got to start over again, which is also fine. I have a huge amount of people from my original intake who are going to start over with you when you come into this new group that I've created, the new Facebook group. That's for all of us beginners. And as soon as you get through the training and get a bot on, you can be invited over to the alumni group that has about 150 members in there. We're super active. It's just a thriving group, tons of activity every day. And it's great. It's awesome. When you hear a lot of the people talking about my Facebook group, that's why they're talking about it. So in the beginning, we're going to have our own entry-level one because the conversation there is advanced. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Putting you in that group to start out with is going to put you off track, because you're going to start being focused on stuff that's down the road. It might not be that far down the road, but it's down the road. You need to be focused on what is coming next, and be done and do that. And I'm going to keep you on track, and I'm going to get you through it. And we're going to get this thing done, and you're going to be up and running and have that passive income coming in. It'll be, I want to talk about New Year's resolutions and stuff. Maybe I'll just leave that off the table, let you fill in those gaps for yourself. My Facebook group, it's about I guess about 3 months old right now. You will be the third group of people, the third intake that I invite in, and once we get through to that level. So the last thing I want to say just before I end here, because I want to try and keep this short, is that, like I say, I decided to make this my full-time job. And with so many options for you that exist for whose link to click and who to sign up with, I would strongly like to invite you to enroll through me. And I know that it's an awesome choice for you. It's the best choice for you. And the reason I know that is because I know what I've done for my people in the past, and I know what I will be doing for you in the future. And when other promoters, other affiliates out there have gone back to their day job or gone back to their beachfront villas in the Caribbean or gone back to their Amazon businesses or whatever it is they're doing that they stopped to come and do this for, I'm still going to be here doing this day in and day out because this is my full-time job. When I am not promoting and bringing you in and helping you to see the value of this idea and this opportunity, I'm in the trenches with you in that Facebook group, in all the other bonuses that I'm delivering, helping you every step of the way. And there really is no cutoff date. I mean, there's a few on there that say that it's this long and this long, but I've not kicked anybody out of the group. I won't. I'm not going to stop answering your emails or your texts. If you need help with something, you reach out, and people do. And the reason I can say that and not be worried about being inundated is because I know eventually your questions subside. I know eventually you get to the point where you're like, you're good. Okay, I'm up and running. I got a bot or two going. I'm good. Now you're at the point where you're ready for that next level, that next step, that next chunk of, more advanced stuff. So yeah, on that note, I will sign off for now. And I will again strongly encourage you, the doors are closing. It's within 24 hours now. So don't lose this opportunity, you guys. This is the ultimate best Christmas present you can give to yourself, to your family, something that is going to pay you dividends, and it'll start paying you straight away. Because you know what? If you're lucky enough to get in and actually buy in when crypto is low like this, you start profiting right away wherever you get into the market, as long as it's channeling sideways or going up. If it continues to go down, that's a little bit different. But up until this major turning down point that we've seen over the last couple of days, the average time for people, as soon as they put a bot on for it to start making money, is 2 minutes. Now, I'm not talking about a huge amount of money. Every time it makes a sell and puts that profit in your pocket, we're talking even sometimes about pennies. Sometimes it can be 26 cents or 47 cents or $1.20 or, small amounts like that. But they add up so fast. It's incredible. And again, those amounts are after you've already paid your exchange fees. So it's money in your pocket. It's after those fees have been paid. So, and that starts happening instantly. And that's because those bots, they are programmed to only sell for a profit. They will only make a sell if it's profitable, because that's how they're wired. Literally, they cannot do anything different. That's why sometimes you'll hear people say these bots can't lose money. They can't. Like right now, you might look and say, but Heather, all your bots are down, or nearly all of them. And I'll say, yeah, the value of them is down right now, but I don't crystallize that loss unless I close and sell. It's like the value of your house going down. If it drops whatever over a year and it's down 10 grand. Well, it doesn't really matter unless you're actually selling that property, does it? It doesn't matter at all. So yeah, that's a really good thing to factor in and to keep in mind. So yeah, on that note, I would say again, do consider coming in and joining my team. We are the Merry Band of Crypto Traders, and we are a great group of super helpful, friendly people. And you're going to see a couple of them right now following me here, telling you what their thoughts are on actually my bonuses and my support and this Facebook group. So you are cordially invited to join us. Thank you, everybody. Wish you all the best. And if you have any questions at all, type them in the comments below or email me directly, heather@legitebiz.com. I will be.
If I was going to tell anyone to get into crypto in this crazy market, in this crazy world, it's the plan or it's nothing, right?
Working with Heather, she is extremely knowledgeable and helpful, and her bonuses when you sign up are amazing.
But Heather, it's incredible. Heather's bonuses are a must when you're going to take up on Dan Hollings' The Plan.
Those two components, the plan and Heather Farrell with her marvelous boni that she provides, made me gain my first relevant profit within the crypto space.
Heather, thank you so much. All your support, Q&As and all the other goodies that you are handing out to people couldn't be any better. Heather, keep going, and thanks tremendously for your help and support.
I was originally signed up under somebody else, and I made the switch to work with Heather, and I definitely do not regret it.
And signing up under Heather, she offers a number of bonuses, Facebook group, which I think is essential.
What I also appreciate about Heather is how genuine she is, and she continues to provide value.
Her Facebook group is probably one of the biggest assets.
Deep appreciation to Heather. It's all because of her that I'm actually able to be in the plan right now. Fantastic. She was so dedicated. I can't believe it. I'm so grateful because, yeah, it's only a month that I'm in and it's beyond my expectation.
It is absolutely helpful to have a real sympathetic person on your side who is there for you for any questions about the content of the course, the plan, and provides an exclusive Facebook group you can attend where nice people share their experience as well.
Heather's bonuses really gives you an extra edge, and it also gives you that extra confidence.
This opportunity is too good not to share, so I encourage you all to go for it.
The best bonus, in my opinion, is the Facebook group. You're going to want to talk to people going along that same journey, and that's really what this group is for. And there's a number of other bonuses too, which you definitely should check out, but it's that group, and you're going to go on a journey, and you're going to be learning a lot of information with each other. It's going to be great too. No regrets. No regrets. Get in.
I highly recommend getting the plan and getting into Heather Farrell's trading community. So cheers to all fellow traders. Bye.
On that note, I will say goodbye and thank you again for tuning in. And I wish you the very best, especially with those crypto bots, you guys. Bye, everybody.